E-commerce is dead. E-commerce is not going to be around anymore.
Jack is the real deal when it comes to this shit.
If you want to speak to someone or get advice about making money, I honestly believe I'm one of the best people to talk to.
How open are you to talk about figures?
From an initial grand or $2,000, recycled that up to about 30. Bro, I was buying a product for £1, selling it for like £11 down to £8. I'm selling hundreds a day. But a lot of people now move with fear. Oh yeah, Jack, I want to start Amazon, but I heard this and this and this and this. Mate, I heard nothing. I just heard it was a good business and I just went bang. Every grand I spent, I was making £1,500 profit. Right? It was amazing. A lot of people expect to hear some sort of magic trick. There's no magic trick. It's just check so much that you know what looks like. I've sold far more products than I've sold good products.
TikTok and the creation of TikTok Shop.
Mad. What I've done with TikTok Shop as a business, there's not another individual who's done themselves that you'd meet. But TikTok Shop is the biggest e-commerce opportunity any of us are ever going to see in the next 20, 30, 40 years.
You think, yeah?
Nah, I don't know.
How much money would you say you made in Amazon the whole time?
I've just done 10 mil.
Jack, what's good, lad?
Thanks for having me, bro. Overdue.
It has been overdue, bro. I think the first time we linked up must have been, I think it was maybe 2021 or something like that.
Yeah, man.
I said to you then, bro, we need to do a podcast. I came down to your place, saw everything that's going on, saw the whole operation. I was like, yo, this guy's sick, especially for your age, which is how old?
23 now. I think I was 21 and just.
And doing what you're doing at your levels, hats off to you, bro, which I thought, you know what, we need to get you on. But I think it was worth the wait.
It was definitely worth the wait, mate, because the conversation's a bit different now to what it might have been back then, man.
Definitely, bro. But yeah, you're pretty much like e-commerce expert, bro, of modern day generation as well, because there are some people who do e-com online, but they haven't utilized the new tricks up their sleeve and stuff like that, which is what you've done, bro. We were just having a chat off camera before.
Yeah, bro.
You were showing me the figures, you showed me everything, and so I know you're the real deal as well. Before people get in the comments saying Fugazi, whatever, Jack is the real deal when it comes to this shit. So
that was important for me. I wanted to make sure I showed that, because there's a lot of people out there, mate, who want to do it. And for me, look, if I can make money off doing the thing and make money off helping people do the thing, that's the way to be. So that's why I wanted to make sure people knew first.
Let's get started into it, bro. So Jack, tell us, obviously you just already told us your age, but how do we get into everything that we're into right now, man?
Yeah, so to be fair, mate, if I go back to school was a difficult one. So ADHD I was diagnosed with at 6. I say, can I swear?
Yeah.
I can swear, yeah. So like, it was ADHD they diagnosed me with, but to be fair, I was just a little shit.
Yeah.
And I'm still kind of like it today. Like, you see how I am. I'm just kind of I just move. I twitch a lot. I'm very active, and I struggle to sit for long. Like, I don't even do that in my office. And I got in a lot of trouble at school. Partially because of that. Partially because of being a little shit. Got kicked out of 7 schools up until GCSEs. And I got kicked out of my last school 3 months before leaving. 3 months before GCSEs. That was a pupil referral unit. And then I did my GCSEs at home, basically. We're just studying that for it. Went to college after that. So I actually got good grades. So this is the thing. I was naughty, but I wasn't stupid. You know, I can sit down, I can nail down, I can graft.
You're academically there. When you put your brain to it, you're on it.
I wouldn't say being academically, bro, but it's just that, like, again, cool. So saw my big brother, he went to this college. This college looks sick, bare parties, it looks sick, like, it just looked amazing, innit? And so that's what I wanted to go to. And I knew, so I'm very purpose driven, very, very result driven, yeah. So I'm like, if I want to go to that college, I've got to knuckle down and study down. So I had 3 months, 4 or 5 years of messing about at school, 3 months to study for it, and I got B's and C's, which worked quite well.
Yeah.
Got to college, and that's where things kind of changed up. I met some good people, better people that you know, hang around with right people there. I met my boy Dan, who got me into cars, and you know he had the Beamer 1 Series back then, mate. So that was pretty hard. So yeah, 1
Series, you just know he was drifting that everywhere,
mate. Nutter, mate. Yeah. So he made the stories you got from that, mate. But yeah, he was the man, and he got me into cars, and I found I guess I found a new passion there with it, and we both got our little girlfriends at college, and that was cool, exploring life and having fun with it. You know what I mean? So that was that. I done all right at college. I was still that guy. I was still a little bit like, but coursework was a bit different, because it's coursework, you get it done when you can, and then you shoot. And I guess as I went through college, I did realise that, you know what, I don't think I'm going to be cut for the world of work. I don't think I'm going to. I had a job at Tesco.
What was you studying in college?
Double business and law.
Okay. Yeah,
if anything, I was going to be like Harvey Specter, like, you know, the mad lawyers, but... Yeah, never got around to that. I might study it one day, but like properly, but you never know. Yeah. It's interesting. It intrigues me. But yeah, so yeah, got through that. I got maximum grades and all that early as well. I left college 6 months early because of it. But I got on well with the teachers and that there. It was just a different kind of environment, I guess. Bit more adult, bit more grown up, better people around. So that was, and better aspirations as well. So started a job while I was at college at Tesco. Hated it, but it paid. Obviously, if you're like earning £9 an hour at fucking college. You're making money. Do you know what I mean? It was good. And I literally got that job like a week after my 17th birthday, 16th. Whenever you're legal to work.
Yeah.
It was literally a week after, which was sick. Because I was just driven. I wanted money, right? Was always making monies, here, there, and everywhere. I don't even want to go through the story of that because it's just cliche. Oh, I sold this and I sold that. Like,
okay, so you did have those side hustles at school, whatever, selling stuff. Or...
Yeah, all the time. Not even at school. It was just any and everything I could.
What was it?
Funny enough, I said it before the podcast, selling vapes.
Okay.
I used to make a lot of money on selling vapes, man. It wasn't just I sold sweets at school. I swear 99% of people would say that, just full of shit. But now selling vapes. Obviously, I started smoking and vaping quite young because I was involved in the wrong crowd and stuff. Yeah. And then just started selling vapes and stuff, like the big ones when they came out, when they all got like proper trendy. Made good money on that because everyone I was around at 14, 15, it was illegal to buy them. You couldn't buy them. So, I was getting like, there's a website called Pound E-Liquids, buy them in, sell them for a $5. Buy vapes off like some random guy off, is it Spock? I ain't shopped on there for years.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's Spock.
Yeah, Spock, mad. Yeah. And you speak to him on a deep voice. Hello, mate. Is that vape still for sale? And then, he used to go pick them up nice and young and sell them for like double, triple, because people would just have the money to do it,
Yeah. Were you selling them online or were you selling them in person?
Nah, never online. All in person. All people I knew, people wanted to do it. And obviously,
So at this point here, you hadn't discovered e-commerce?
Nah. No, I didn't have a clue.
Okay.
Didn't even know it was a thing. Nah. There was no real business back then. It was just literally chopping and changing here and there to make money. It was just whatever. Mate, like, if I wanted to go have a good day out, mate, I'd just see an old lady at a bus stop. I can have a pound, please. I need to get on the bus, and that's pound up. Do that 5 times a day. It's an extra $5. You know what I mean? So anything I could do to just get money, make money. It was just it was always happening. Yeah, 100%. So so that was that. That was the process, and then end of college started coming, and I started getting a bit more interested in business and what I wanted to do. And I was like, right, I'm leaving college early, and I want to get into some sort of business. I don't want to work forever at Tesco. I don't even want to work any longer at Tesco. But I did actually secure myself a little job, which was, I'm not going to mention the company, but car dealer up in London. Got a job there. I was like, I'm going to work for free, but I want a job at the end of it. I want to show you what I can do. And I went there, learned it all, getting on the train early in the morning. About 2 weeks into that, I was really enjoying it. And I said, look, I want to talk about what this could look like for me in the future, because I think I'm going to be a great asset to you. Yeah, we're not looking to pay you. What we'll do is we'll give you a really good reference so you can go get a good job at like Volkswagen or something like that.
Okay, so they weren't going to give you the job at the end?
No, they just wanted to work for 3 months, and then, but then at the very start, of course, we'll look at giving you a job, and then it's like, we'll give you a reference for Volkswagen. So the reason I'm here is because I'm around things that I like. I'm around these nice cars. Like, I've built a passion for it. I'm not going to go work at Volkswagen. All due respect for everyone who does. I'm not going to go work at Volkswagen. I'm here for a reason.
So I'm assuming they were like some sort of supercar dealer.
Nah. Something like that. Yeah,
on the lines.
Yeah, along those lines. Yeah. I just didn't really rate it, to be honest with you. And it turns out they wanted to just get like that cheap labour from young aspiring people, and then that was that really. So and then I was just like, okay, cool. I'm never doing that again. Like, that was an amazing place to be, and even if I was getting paid, it was a graft, mate. Getting up at like 5 a.m. to get on the train up to London, getting home at like 9 o'clock. For what?
You thought I love that.
Yeah. I just didn't really want to do it, to be fair. I was thinking to get into recruiting. Like, I was never really against actually getting a job, but it was how long I'd last. That was the main thing. Because I was looking at recruitment, looking at like those kind of roles, and like the uncapped earnings roles kind of thing. And I was going for interviews, so I had a recruiter. So I was 17 before the end of college, I think, or just about 18, and I had a recruiter. The recruiter to recruit people. They recruit you for recruitment companies, and I go to all these interviews, mate. Like, while everyone was pissing about at college, whatever, I was going to job interviews like 3, 4, 5 times a week to try and land a job while at college. I just wanted to go. I was like dead set on it, and I just started realizing, fucking hell, man, these people just do not value like people. Like, even I'd always give advice to someone who's like trying to get a job, and the same advice that I took, but I'm trying to like apply for these jobs. I'm there and I'm suited and booted, and I'm telling them, I'm working. Look, I'm happy to do my first month for free, and then the rest of it will do this. I want to learn. I haven't had experience before. And I kept, no, you're too junior, you're too inexperienced, you're too this. I'm thinking, fucking hell. I don't want to be like, I've shown so much more than the average candidate would. Not that I've worked for 3 years already, but I've turned up on time. I'm following up. I'm chasing up.
You're basically fully on it. Yeah. Why are they not given the opportunity?
Mate, if someone like that came to me right now, mate, they would get hired. Like that properly. They would. And that's what happened during the past 6 months when I had a team rebuild. But yeah, so that was that. So I asked my pops, and I said, like, I'm going to go into business, whatever. And the piece of advice he gave me, and I want to kind of tell you the story about how my upbringing, how that went. The piece of advice he gave me is like, try and find a business where you haven't got to get a warehouse. You haven't got to pay for staff. You haven't got to do all that stuff because it's a nightmare. So now I'm looking. I'm still at Tesco at this point, but I'm really, really looking. And of course, I'm watching YouTube videos on how to make money and the same old shit. And getting ad pop up about talking about Amazon FBA, some Asian guy in America with his Tesla in his garage. What is it about Teslas in garages? People just
I don't know,
love it, didn't they?
Probably because they're broken half the time.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah. Anyway, talking about Amazon FBA, and I'm thinking, all right, there's something there. Looks interesting. Read a few more videos about it. Watched a few more videos about it. This time, there was hardly any UK presence about it on social media. Hardly any.
What year is this then?
2019.
Okay.
Very, very early 2019. This was still at Tesco. At this point, I think I'd finished college around a similar time as well. Because I started Amazon in April 2019, so it's kind of like a fast string of events. When I find something, and I guess a big thing about what I do is when I find something I want to go, I just dive straight in, jump straight in.
For sure.
Not always the best advice, but it works for me, you know. Did that. Started having a look at it, started understanding it, and basically just spent some money on random products to bring it in and get it done. And then most of them failed, but it taught me more than I ever needed to know because I understood the process, understood what was involved, and yeah, here we are.
What was the details of it actually taught you?
What's that, sorry?
What did it actually teach you?
Well, it taught me about I've got a product in my living room here. I need to get it to Amazon. I need to see if it sells. So I had like 5-10 different types of products. Looking back on it, it was probably very stupid, but I was literally at a level of knowledge like I would spend so much. I spent pretty much all my money on it to jump into it, and I knew less than the average person would ever know about it jumping in. And that's one of my strengths. I think like I bought it. I didn't even have an Amazon account. How do I set up an Amazon account? Okay, just that pressure, you know. It's like I've spent the money now. I've got to make this shit work. Okay, cool. How do I send them off to Amazon? No clue. Let me find it out. Some sold, some didn't. Like two of the or 3 of the products were really good. The rest of them were awful. The profit was down. The money.
Did you have
down.
one of each product?
No, mate. It was some wholesale clearance website. I just bought a pallet of that, 5 boxes of that, 150 of those, 200 of those. Just stupid.
Can you remember what it was? Just to give an example of what sort of products.
I'll tell you all of it, mate. So I bought some little picture frame things that you sit on your windowsill. These open little book things. They're called Juicy Lucy window frames. Picture frames. Bought laptop bags. Bought little fans. They're Avon fans, funny enough. So literally you plug them into the side of your computer.
Oh, okay.
USB and it spins.
Yeah.
So and they had a little digital clock on it. They were really crap, and the brand of them was actually Avon. So someone was just trying to shift a load of Avon stuff wholesale because he couldn't sell it or whatever. That and the t-shirts with a French flag on them that lit up. Like stupid, do you know what I mean? Like that's never gonna sell.
Gimmicky stuff.
Gimmicky, just crap, you know. And I just thought, that's cheap. But when you're then buying 600 of these t-shirts at 80p each, it's like, oh, and then it adds VAT. Oh fucking hell, what's VAT? That's how I learn. I'm just falling up the stairs basically. And and 2 of them did well. The laptop bags did well. The little fans did well. And the rest of them were crap. I lost money on it.
How open are you to talk about figures in these stages?
Yeah, very open, yeah.
How much did you actually invest in that then? In all those products there and the quantity of it, how much was it?
Guys, today's sponsor's here to revolutionize the financial game as we know it, so check this. TrustXPay are firm believers that financial freedom should be accessible to everyone. They're a team of passionate innovators, technologists, and financial experts committed to revolutionizing how people control their money. Their platform allows you to purchase over 30 popular coins, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, and other emerging cryptocurrencies, all possible in just a few taps. And with AI monitoring crypto prices, TrustXPay ensures that you get the best rates for your transactions. They truly simplify crypto investments, making your financial management easy. And with a Visa card that's truly global, it's very simple. TXP users earn rewards with every transaction by earning TXP credits. And you can choose to redeem them rewards in either gold, silver, Bitcoin, or even carbon credits to help the environment. And here's where TXP solves a big problem that we all face. In an era of economic uncertainty, how do you protect the value of your money? Well, TrustXPay user can safeguard their wealth by storing in various assets or commodities. They offer a revolutionary way to protect your future. Your funds are fully insured with their network of insurance providers, offering personal protection up to $150 million. Guys, there are so many benefits to TrustXPay which I can't even list right now, so make sure you head on their website. You can check it all out for yourself. Use the code on the screen right now or the link in the description to get the discount that I made sure to provide for you guys.
In all those products there and the quantity of it, how much was it?
I can't remember the exact amount. I wish I could. Do you know what? I need to frame that invoice is what I need to do. Probably like 2.5, 3 grand, or maybe 3.5.
Okay, not too bad. Not the end of the world.
Not a mad amount. Well, at the time it was a lot though.
And all that money, I'm assuming, was from working in Tesco.
Money was from Tesco, some universal credit as well, and a car crash. So, yeah,
sweet. That's still not a bad amount to invest in the beginning.
No, 100%. Well, the thing is, to be fair, the majority of it went. it was just tied up in crap that didn't sell. Like, still didn't sell. I think we've already got some t-shirts still.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the ones that did sell, how much money did you make?
Made some good money on them, to be fair. Like, so for example, these fans, I think I had 100 of them, and over 2 months they sold like, there's a picture of me on my Instagram of them actually. Over 2 months, I think we sold like maybe 200-300 of them at like £5 profit.
Yeah, not
sick.
bad.
Yeah, sick. £5 or £6 profit or something like that. Yeah, mad money. The laptop bags were good, but I didn't sell them too much later on until I learned Amazon ads.
Yep.
Because they were just like, cool. Found a listing for them, put it on there. They weren't selling. Then I'm researching, well, why is it not selling? Why is that? What does it mean? They'll put ads on it, drop the price a bit. Oh, now they're moving. Great.
Yeah, funny enough, I can imagine as well, you're competing with so many other people because, funny enough, you say that, I actually bought a laptop bag today on Amazon, right?
Yeah.
And there's hundreds and thousands to go through.
Yeah.
So for you to actually stand out, I'm assuming, the ads probably helped in that case then.
Do you know what? At that time, I had no clue. At that time, I didn't really realise that there was a lot of competition. I don't think there was, or, a lot of competition. And even still, people say it, but it's not really. If you know what you're doing, competition's not really a thing. It's annoying at times, but it's like a stone in your shoe. But I don't know. I just turned the ads on, and then they sold. And then and then like, oh cool, ads work. Let me turn the ads on for the French t-shirts, and they didn't sell. So it's like you're just learning these little things. Okay, that's just a shit product. Yeah. No one wants French light up t-shirts in the UK for £9. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, that's that. So that's how we learned, and that's where the money came from. And then when that money got drawn down, I found a mad opportunity for a few other products. So I borrowed some money from my dad. Yeah, I borrowed money from dad for 1,500 or £2,000. Invested what I could, and then obviously, to be fair, since then it didn't actually ever need any more cash input apart from the Amex. So Amex just all credit cards, just doing that and hoping it would sell by the time I got to pay it back, and every time it did.
Where was you storing all these stuff?
House.
In your house,
flat, wherever we could, literally, nowhere else,
Okay, so I'm going to ask you at this point now about your upbringing, because you said there just now that your dad's advice to you was get something where you don't need a warehouse, you don't need to store anything like that. Obviously, here we are today. That's completely against your dad's advice.
Yeah. Well, no. So it's a good point. So that advice was at the start, you don't need to do that. So at the start, you don't need a warehouse. You can just get this stuff delivered to your house.
Okay.
You don't need staff to send it and pack it and do that, because it's all done for all the customer service, because Amazon do that for you. Does that make sense? So that's what was done for you. Now, obviously, as you grow and scale that, you're going to need people to back it up like a normal business. But to begin with, for your first probably 500k a year, probably, I don't think you need staff for it, which is pretty cool. I didn't anyway.
So first 500k is not bad, bro. If you're doing that all, as a one-man army.
Yeah, it's decent.
Lit.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Some people will be happy on that, just keeping it there.
Yeah.
Obviously, 100%. And then you went full send and you went further.
That's it, mate. That's it.
At that, and within that £3,000 investment, how much would you say you made out of it altogether?
Nah, I definitely lost out that £3,000. Probably got about 2.8 back.
But it gave you the experience though.
That's it.
Okay.
Best money I ever spent.
All right, cool. So now you've realised I'm at a £300 loss here, let's just say, give or take. What did you do from that point? Because someone could have easily said, all right, no, this don't work. Let me give up.
Simple. I looked at what worked. That was it. I looked at what worked. And so I won't go too deep into like what I was seeing, but basically, while these little fans, they were Avon fans, but I weren't selling them on Amazon as Avon fans. They were just a listing that looked the same. So I sold them on there and had no problem. So I'm like, can I find more products like that? Because this other stuff like had a brand on it. No one's searching for that brand. No one does it. So what I then did was looking for similar products. And this was dangerous back in the day. I nearly got myself in trouble doing it. But I was just going, right, let me search on Alibaba in China for, I'd actually bought from Alibaba before when I was like 15. I bought vapes from Alibaba. They have like 90p and sold them to my pals. So this is, that helped, I guess, because I knew about it. So I'd gone on Alibaba, and it was these little iPhone chargers. And this is what I put all the money into. These little iPhone chargers that went into the bottom of your iPhone adapters that went into the bottom of your phone, so you could put your earphones in them. Yeah. The adapters. I'm like, well, that's on Amazon at $11.99. I'm buying it from China at like $1. I'll just do that then. Now, what I didn't realize at the time was on Amazon specifically, when someone creates a listing, they own it. I didn't know. I'm just thinking, well, that's the same as that. That's the same as that, for example. So I'm just going to buy that and put it on there, not realizing I get myself in trouble with this other seller, with Amazon, with that illegally as well. So there was a couple of mad things that happened.
Because you're selling the same product?
Well, you're selling the same product. The product's the exact same, but they've got it there under their brand, so it's essentially their private label, which I didn't realize. So I attached it. I made a lot of money from it. I bought like 500 of these things, for £1 each or whatever. Sold them all for like £12 each within like 4 or 5 days.
All of them gone?
All of them gone. Like rapid.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, wow, that's crazy. I want to do that again. So I've done it again. but I've done it on a few listings. There's a few listings like it. So that one sells 1,000 a month. That one sells 500 a month. That one sells 3,000 a month. So I'm going to do it on all of them. And then I started getting in trouble on some of them because some of them had trademarks. Some of them were branded. Some of them were, and I'm like, oh shit. So I started learning that. Okay, what can I get away with? What can't I? That got me in a bit of hot water. We had Chinese sellers attacking my store, things like that. But just on these little things, I probably bought myself about 20 to 30K like in clean net profit in like 2 or 3 months.
That's not bad, bro.
Mate, just from probably from an initial $1,000 or $2,000, recycled that up to about 30
within the space of
a few months. Bro, I was buying a product for £1. Yeah, it got to a point where I was buying it for £1, selling it for like £11 down to £8 because obviously you're battling with these sellers. £11 down to £8. Tiny, so the fees were full. I was selling hundreds a day. So it was just like, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, no, 5, 6, 7, £8 profit at any one time on a single sale. And the profits were just crazy. I was still at Tesco at this time. This was very, very early on. So yeah, the profits were mad, man.
If someone's watching this right now and wants to get into ecom, yeah, could be a young guy, whatever the case may be, how easy is it to do that method? And is it still like that today?
All right, so you can get in trouble. That's the thing. So that is literally like a get rich quick. I then realized that I'm getting like, so then I did something else now. I'm buying on Alibaba. Cool. This product here is this neck pillows. Yeah, fucking hell.
What, like the plain neck pillows?
Yeah, plain pillows. But it's a brand called I'm not gonna say which one it was, but anyway, they were selling like crazy. They're selling like 20,000 times a month. So I'm thinking, I'm getting on that. Alibaba. Cool. I found them, brought them in, started selling them on Amazon, and obviously get a letter through the post. We are the lawyers of this company. You are selling this product. They're the only ones legalized to manufacture the products. It's patented. It's da-da-da. So I was like, oh shit. So I kind of got onto something with the little phone chargers against the Chinese sellers, but now I've gone against a real brand, and I've clearly unbeknownstly bought fake shit from China, and started selling it on their listing, mate. Hot water, right?
So they were just getting you because you were selling the replica of their product, essentially. Basically, but obviously I got duped as well. Looking back on it with what I know now, it was stupid. What a stupid young idiot. But these are the things you learn, right? What was the consequences of that then?
To be fair, I'm lucky. It was a letter. It was a stern message, and it was a reply back saying, "So sorry, I'm going to burn them." And then I just boot sold them, and that's it. Car boot sell. Got my.
You got to get rid of the stock, bro.
Yeah, you have to, man. Especially them time. Right now, anything like that happens, it's like, cool, just burn it.
Yeah, because you can't just burn money. Essentially, you got to get rid of it somehow.
Nah, yeah.
I'm not advising for people to. Yeah,
it depends on the issue, man. It depends on the issue at hand. That stuff, yeah, you got to be very, very careful with, mate. But again, this is the like. So for example, yeah. Like when we teach people, and this podcast is not about trying to teach people. By the time they're watching this, I might not even be doing that with Amazon anymore. Yeah. When we show people this is the stuff we take them through, because it's like, here's how you can make money quite quickly with it. This kind of methods, but these are the checks you have to do, i.e., IPO checks, trademark checks. Make sure they don't own the listing, because that's hot, like really, really hot water. And that's a quick way to go broke. You can spend $1,000 on this stuff, and you get in trouble. You're stuck with it.
That's it. It's just like, if we take this for example, there might be a company that has the IP to that, whatever the case may be. And if I start selling it, they're going to come after me, basically.
Exactly that, yeah. So there's a few things. It's not hard, but if you don't know it, you just don't know. Like, I could literally tell you in 5 steps. Look, just check the trademark office, check if they're brand registered on Amazon, check if they're a Chinese seller, check XYZ. And if you do that and it's clear, you're okay. If you don't, you're in trouble. I guess.
But when you're in the starting phase and you've got no one guiding you, like you didn't as well, you learn these things as you go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. And it's fun. It's more fun that way. It's faster that way as well.
Faster in what sense?
You're just doing it.
Okay.
Like you're moving with no fear. That's one thing I realized. Like, a lot of people now move with fear. Oh yeah, Jack, I want to start Amazon, but I heard this and this and this and this. Mate, I heard nothing. I just heard it was a good business, and I just went bang, and I just fell into it. And yes, I fucked up. Yes, I made mistakes. Yes, I was doing shit that maybe wasn't legal at the time that I didn't realize about. But I've got the consequences for that, and I learned from them. And then I found a way. So between those two things, the iPhone chargers that were great and these pillows that were not great, I found this thing in between. I'm like, okay, that fucking works. And then I went and made it. Like, when I tell you the bit in between, that's fine, that works. That is too far across the line, because that is real counterfeit. So basically, my advice is don't buy branded shit from China. Don't buy brands from China. 90% of the time they're gonna be fake, right? Unless you're speaking directly to a manufacturer, but even then it's too risky, because once it gets across the border, they don't give a fuck about you. Yeah, this company, I messaged them. I'm like, you sold me fake stuff.
Yeah,
never got a reply to this day. They don't give a shit. They got my money. They're gonna run with it, right? So yeah, they didn't give a shit. But yeah, that little thing in the middle that I learned from that hot water and from the decent method that was good, it was slowly dying off. Then people were trademarking, and they started catching on, whatever. That little method in the middle, mate.
That's what you double down on.
For a while. for a while until I realised it wasn't really sustainable. Because what you're doing is, because what happens there is someone creates a listing and you find a legal loophole to jump on it.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay, it works, but it's not sustainable. Yeah, that was quick money. If I was advising anyone to do Amazon these days, that is not a method I'd recommend. It's just not sustainable.
But I suppose it's good in a way because you've constantly got to be on your feet to find new methods and new ways to sell stuff and to you know, to get a new product in.
Well, after that, it was go down Costco.
Okay.
Go down Costco, because whenever I go Costco, I know I'm buying the real product, and I can go buy it again next week. And again, that made me ridiculous amounts of money, ridiculous amounts of money.
But I'm assuming Costco's actual cost will be a lot higher than, you know.
Yeah. Then buying from China, 100%. Yeah, I was buying shit like.
So then your profit margin goes down. So it's like one or the other.
Yeah, 100%. But like, for example, like back then, I was easily running my Amazon business at a profit margin of 50-60%. Like mad. Like my average return on investment for my first year was like 150%. Every grand I spent, I was making £1,500 profit. Like, it was amazing. Now, to be fair, my average margin is ridiculous. Average margin for this month so far, the past 30 days, is like 22%.
Yeah, and this is on Amazon, yeah?
For an Amazon business, doing 3 million a year, that's one account. So we do about 3.5, but 3 million a year, one account to do 22% or 22% margin is like, it's actually unheard of, to be fair. But that's because I've been quite strict with the products I do want and the products I don't want on the portfolio, basically. So
that's mad. So what products did you find off there? Because obviously I've been to your place now. Well, should I say a year ago, 2 years ago, something like that. And you've got the most random different things ever. So more so than the actual product itself, how are you finding these products and knowing what to buy in the first place? Is it just things that are trending at one point? Because, you know, in lockdown, you had stuff like fidget spinners that were trending.
This episode is sponsored by Fireaway Pizza, the fastest growing pizza company in the UK. With over 100 locations, you definitely have a store near you. The founder of Fireaway was on the show not too long ago, and you can get a slice of the action by using the discount code CEOCAST at fireaway.co.uk. Once again, use the discount code CEOCAST at fireaway.co.uk.
To be fair, it's a mixture. Actually, to be fair, I think up until... I don't think I've ever really sold a trending product because I was just selling other people's stuff. So that brand I'm going to sell that brand's product. So they done the work for that, yeah. So that my first full 2 years of apart from those a couple of little listings, maybe I spent 3 or 4 grand on ads over that whole period of the first 2 years. The rest of it was just, it already sells. People already buying it on Amazon. You just need to find it at a better price. But how I was finding them, to be honest with you, if I'm deadly honest, I think a lot of people expect to see, a lot of people expect to hear some sort of magic trick. There's no magic trick. It's just check so much shit that you know what shit looks like. And then you know what good looks like. So then, because like, for example, I've sold far more shit products than I've sold good products. Yeah. And I've also, I've looked at way more shit products than I've looked at good products. You're just finding the good ones. And then the more of those you find, you can identify them better next time. It's just reps. That's it. That's literally it.
I remember I think it was on your TikTok. I remember once you showed some sort of software where you could basically find out on Amazon what is trending at the point, what's selling the most, where you can get hold of it.
Yeah. There's loads of them now, flooded. Jungle Scout, that would have been back in the day.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, it just gives you a database of products that sell.
So that could help someone, no?
Yeah, so yeah, database of the products that sell, the products sell, which ones that sell, and then you've just got to go find them at a cheaper price.
Yeah.
There's loads of them, but also now there's a lot of people using those softwares. So you need to, again, these things can help, they can assist, but you can't lean on them. People lean on this stuff. Oh, right, I've bought the software. I hear it all the time. Jack, I've got this software and I'm still not doing any sales. You're not working hard enough. You know what I mean? You're relying completely on the software. So when I literally, again, going back to it, whenever I show someone how to do it, I go 4 weeks of teaching someone without actually giving them any software because I don't need it. You need to learn how to do the shit without the software because everyone else is using the software, and then just use it to assist you. Use it to assist your process.
Yeah, not lit. So what was the point where you actually got a warehouse? Because, you know, I'm assuming after all these Amazon purchases, it would have been filling up your house, would have been filling up your flat. Now it's time to get a warehouse.
Yeah, mum told me to get out. It was too much stuff everywhere. I think it was June 2021 is when I first got it. So I started in April 19 and I got first warehouse in June 21. So
almost 2 years after, basically.
Yeah, 2 years after.
Yeah, quite lit. And what was that thought like? Because it could almost seem like a risk. Do you know what I mean? You know, you've now got to take on this actual property that you've got to commit to on, I'm assuming, on a 3-year lease or something like
that. To be fair, it was 1 year. I was quite lucky. Okay. So I'll go over the actual numbers of that. Like, okay, we're in the middle of lockdown. Yeah, lockdown, cheap, and it was in Crawley, and bro, businesses were like shutting down like flies because obviously Gatwick is what keeps that alive, right? So I got a good value, but for a business of my size, it's always an extra risk, right? Always an extra risk, and that's where I learned like business rates and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All these things you learn about as you do these new things, as you're discovering and jump into new fields.
Yeah.
You know, for example, it's cool, wicked. king of Amazon products and knowing how to sell it, but then getting into a whole new premises and licensing your businesses, the business rates, everything like that.
Mate, that can shut you down.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how good you are at Amazon. If you fuck up with that,
Yeah.
it can shut you down.
Exactly,
And that you make the wrong decisions. But the answer to your question, there, mate, is like stupidly, but it's worked for me. Is I've never really had that fear. I've never sat back and gone, so if I get this warehouse and this happens, what's up? Or if I get this and this happens, what's up? I was just so driven forward that I was just never really thinking of alternative options. And mate, that's probably, I could have found something cheaper, I could have found something better. I literally looked at it first day, I'm like, yep, cool, yep, we're taking it. Didn't look at other options or anything else. But that's just how I like to be with business, and obviously as we obviously speak about the other bits and bobs we've been up to, I think that's a huge piece of advice for the people, is like, don't think too much. People think way too much. Like people see me making decisions and doing things, they think it's based on like, oh, he's so smart, he knew how to do that. No, I didn't. You didn't see the 4 times that I did wrong before that to find out that was the way to do it. Just fuck up first, and then you'll find a better way to do it. Yeah, 100%.
So in the whole time of you doing Amazon, and I hope you don't mind me asking this, up until the point of, which we're going to come into the next segment now, being TikTok, up until that point of where you jumped on that, how much money would you say you made in Amazon the whole time? Revenue.
It's a tough one. So like the past few years, so like the first year, mate, so revenue wise, I think I've just done 10 mil. Just done 10 mil, hit 10 mil now, which is good. It's good, decent numbers. But the majority of that's past 3 years. Okay. Before that, like first year was like 100
learning phase,
180k. Yeah. So
yeah.
First year, whatever. It might not have been that. So yeah, that's that. And obviously the margins have been up and down ever since. Like there was a point I'm sure where I'd done 100 grand in a month, and the profit on that. There's a point where I was doing like that first year, for example, the profit on that 100 odd K was massive, probably as big as maybe 4 months worth of selling now. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously, starting business, low cost, all that stuff. But
yeah, makes sense. So now we come to the big bit that seems to be popping right now from the figures you just showed me now as well. TikTok and the creation of TikTok Shop. Now this is interesting because when TikTok came out, obviously no one knew it was going to, hold for anyone. No one knew how they're going to make money from it.
Yeah.
And then I think TikTok found their way to make people money and how to make themselves money as a platform not too long ago. I want to say within the last year or something like that, right?
That's when it started becoming obvious.
When it started becoming obvious, yeah. So how has that actually changed business for you?
Mad. So what I've done with TikTok Shop as a business, there's not another individual who's done that themselves that you'd meet right now. The way I've done it. There's big businesses who've done it. They got on early, whatever. But as a business owner like me who couldn't take money out of the Amazon business at the time, couldn't take money, whatever, I was like, right, I'm going to get, there's a reason I did this. I'm going to get a 20 grand loan, or it's between 15 and 20 grand loan, to start this and see how it goes.
What did you need the loan for?
To start to buy the TikTok products.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, so it weren't the same products as your Amazon stuff?
No, completely different.
Okay.
Completely different. Mate, so what I've done with TikTok Shop, right, is completely brand new. It's brands rather than random other people's products, other brands like Dove shampoo, to be honest. Like that's one of the products you can sell on Amazon, right? Other people's branded stuff that they put years of work into. This stuff's got to be your own stuff. It doesn't have to be, but it's the better way to do it. So it was completely brand spanking new to me, like product design, product labels, import rules on certain industries and whatever. That was all catered for when you're buying it from wholesalers, right?
So this is a whole different entity from Amazon. This basically got nothing to do with Amazon.
Nothing to do with Amazon. Completely. No leverage between the two at all.
You're selling other people's brands or products on Amazon, and on TikTok, you're basically, what you're saying, you can do it the other way, but the better way to do it is create your own brand. Correct. Create your own product.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's a fucking mad business.
Yeah. So talk us through it then. Yeah, go on.
Right. So start of last year, I started noticing it. Okay, this looks interesting. Started noticing TikTok Shop popping up, and I'm always on the lookout for new opportunities. And start of last year, we had some products that failed on Amazon. They didn't sell on Amazon for like 3 years. My boy Jake, shout out Jake, he sourced them. They were a great idea for about 2 days. And then we realised, so I'll tell you what they are, lint shavers for your clothes. Yeah. And they were popping off on Amazon, so we were like, let's get them in. We were trying private label, trying our own brand products, whatever. Got them in, sold really well first 2 days, and then obviously the reviews come in. And then that's where it went downhill, because people were just saying how shit it was. Basically, it was ripping up their clothes. People posting pictures of their like, anyway. So that was a mistake. They were sat in a warehouse for 3 years. 3 years just sat in a warehouse just doing nothing. Like a few hundred of them, whatever. Actually, there's thousands of them. 1,000 of them, because we literally, anyway, I'll get onto that. At least 1,000 of them actually.
I feel like you've probably still got them in the warehouse.
Well, I'll tell you about it. So I see TikTok. I'm like, what product can I get on TikTok? Because this looks mad. I need to try this out. Yeah. Told my team, set up a TikTok shop, make a video, use those, the lint shavers. Oh, what do we use it on? Right, get the mat out of my car, AMG, get the mat out of the car, put it on the floor, scrape it on a video, see how it goes. Yeah. Just give it a go. 1.2 million views in a week, 1,000 of them sold in a week. Boom. Profitably. Like, I couldn't even get rid of them.
And these were products that were already sitting on the shelf anyway.
Didn't even sell on Amazon. Couldn't sell them on Amazon. Too saturated. So many people were selling them. Not enough money in them. Amazon fees were too high. And I'm like, hang on a minute. I've just sold 1,000 of these at £4.
These
each.
were just a test as well.
Just, it looks decent. Let's try it out.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, fucking hell. And at the same time, I was helping a brand get on Amazon. Right, we had an issue with their stock going in, so it was going to take some time. So I was like to them, you know what? I didn't have my own brand at this point, really. I had a couple of Amazon private label listings that I owned, but not enough to go on TikTok. So I started really looking into it. I'm like, shit, I want to try this out. So I've gone to this brand and I've gone, look, while we're waiting for that stock to get into Amazon, will you trust me? Will you trust me with this? I want to try something out. I've just done this. I've sold X amount of units on on a free video on TikTok. Just literally a 10-second scraping, right? I'll show you the video after as well, mate. Like, I'll even send it to show the people. Ridiculous. Yeah. That video made $4,000. Yeah, the profit on that, I think the things cost us like 60p. The profit on that was like thousands out of nowhere from a loss initially. So I said to this brand, look, let me get you on TikTok. Here's what you got to do. Here's the steps to follow. Here's the process. Get this video out. Start recruiting these people. Start doing this, and this. Mate, they blew up. They had no presence on anywhere, on any platform. That's why they wanted to get them on Amazon. And they blew up based on what I told them. Because I didn't have a brand, they did. I could test my shit out way faster using someone else's brand.
Yeah.
After the first week, after the first like 3 weeks, I think they did like 20 or 30 grand on the platform.
Yeah.
Bro, when I tell you this product is, it ain't something exciting. It just showed me like it's an everyday product. You wouldn't be able to like scale them on Amazon from day dot. It'd be difficult. It was going to be difficult. We were going to try. We did, and it popped off anyway thanks to it going well on TikTok. And then I'm like, wow. I'm getting into this. I'm getting into this. My Amazon business was at a point, actually, funny enough, where a couple of people working in it wasn't going too well. I kind of wanted to get rid of them, so we did. And then we're doing good numbers, a few million a year, very strong margins. What's the point in scaling that up? So I'm at this crossroads, about a similar time now, where I'm like, cool, I want to get rid of the team, and I want to try this new. So I'm like, cool, let me try and get the Amazon business stabilized, which it has done, and it's had the best margin month the past 30 days. I literally have probably worked on it an hour, 2 hours in the past 6, 7, 8, 9 months. Yeah. Let me try this TikTok stuff. So I gave myself 3 months to really work it out, understand what I'm going to do. Started a brand. Everyone can know about it as well. Started a brand, got a creator, started posting the videos, wasn't going too well. This is the thing people need to fucking learn, right? Started the videos, wasn't going too well. Started the live streams, wasn't going too well. Did it every day for 3 months and it wasn't going too well. A month in, people would just stop. It wasn't financially worth it. Especially for me at that point, I was earning really good money. It wasn't worth it. But I know there's big opportunity here, yeah? So I put together a little strategy. Now we'll have to talk about that in another podcast, but I put together a little strategy of exactly what I was going to do. Okay, it needs this, and this. Let me go and recruit some people. Let me give them the opportunity first. Let me pay them before I get paid from this. I did that. And in August last year was the first month of launching that brand properly.
So this is your first TikTok shop brand, yeah?
Yeah. It done 150 grand in this first month.
Mad.
Now, first month, yeah, with 4 or 5 months of testing, seeing, watching, working with another brand, helping them get it off the ground, which is a great testimonial. But TikTok shop is the biggest fucking e-commerce opportunity any of us are ever going to see in the next 20, 30, 40 years. Probably in our lifetimes, I would say.
You think, yeah?
Nah, I know.
Not for a fact.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. You think about what TikTok have done. TikTok got everyone hooked on the platform. Everyone. Like, check everyone.
In everyone's spare time, they're always on TikTok.
Scrolling.
People sitting on the toilet, they're on TikTok.
It's scary. And that was fine. But no, but it goes deeper than that, because they got everyone scrolling, they got everyone hooked, they got everyone engaged on the platform, scrolling it. They follow their favorite people on there. People have become famous on the platform. They're so addicted. And then they got everyone, reeled them in, and then boom, they're selling to everyone. Like right now.
Go on, what are we pulling up?
Right now, I'm gonna. Oh, the Wi-Fi's kicked out there. Right now, I'm gonna show you that. selling right now.
Oh, that's a live, yeah?
2 people watching on the live stream. Oh, that's the other business partner as well. On the live stream, people are sat there buying it. Now, in the first hour of that, it did, what was the number? 900.
Can't remember exactly. I think it was just around $1,000 or something
Yeah,
like that.
930 quid or something silly like that in 1 hour.
Yeah, crazy.
We've been on here for another half an hour, mate. That's probably, and
Another
the second
500.
hour is much better, easily.
Yeah. So what was the first product? Well, the first, I don't know how much you could say, because I know you want to keep it like, I'm assuming you don't want to attach your face to it or something.
I don't want to attach myself and face to the brands, just because the brands need to grow on their own merit.
If you can tell us what sort of industry it was for your first TikTok brand that you'd set up, what was it?
It was an alternative health product that I got from India.
Okay.
It was Shilajit. It was Shilajit.
Okay.
And I'm not going to tell anyone the name because I don't need to. But it was the fastest growing Shilajit company that's ever existed.
And we were talking about this off camera as well, yeah. So Shilajit, I think this is basically going to be a repeat of exactly what we said off camera as well. Shilajit, I've only seen pop up and blow up recently within the last few months, right? And you said that is all because of you. Now, that exact conversation that we had there, let's have it here.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so, I mean, that's going to sound like an egotistical comment, first of all, but the fact that Shilajit blew up in the UK market is all because of what I did back then. And that's down to numbers, that's down to analytics and numbers, right? August was when I started it. You check the search terms, the volumes, the buying volumes, etc. After that 30 days, they went 4-5x. There wasn't in no news program or nothing like that. That was all in the UK. It was all down to how we pushed it and insanely pushed it. So we got, I think, 40 or 50 million product impressions, and I think 1.5 times that in views. Yeah, it's about 60 or 70 million views. Bear in mind, that's pretty much the population of the UK. Yeah, 60 or 70 million views about the product on TikTok. I had to strategize that, make that happen, set it up and line it up. And we had, I think, 5,000 videos go out on TikTok in that first month.
How did you get 5,000 videos?
I'm not going to tell you that right now.
Okay. So that's the secret sauce right there.
There's some secret sauce to that right now.
Yeah.
But it's something I've been building on and working on with brands, which we'll go on to later, I guess, with brands who are approaching me, obviously to provide it to the brands as a service. It's like an agency style thing. But it's mad, and I've done that for 4 of my own brands right now, so far.
Yeah, that's mental, bro. So, and that's not just, obviously you've clocked the model, you've clocked how it works, so you thought, I'm going to set up a few more TikTok brands as well. So it's not something, it's something that, someone can either make one brand and make a killing off of that, and it will provide them financial freedom and everything, or you can go the step above, make several brands, several TikTok shops.
Yeah, do you know what, mate? Yeah. I don't think that's a good... It's what I did. It's what I'm doing right now. But I don't think it's a good piece of advice. But it's my dynamic. That's how I work. How can I explain it? Have you ever heard of something called wealth dynamics?
Kind of.
Right. So I think the guy's name is Roger James Hamilton or something like that. It's how you work as a person, as a business owner, right? And for me, so I'm what they call there's multiple angles or multiple parts of the spectrum on the wealth dynamics, and it shows there's not one better than the other. It's just everyone works very, very differently. This is deep ingrained. It don't change, and it's your flow. It's where your flow is, right? And my flow is creator. So what that is I'm great at starting. I'm not great at finishing. Yeah. Great at starting. I'm not great at finishing. What that means is I can get a project up and running and flying, up and running and flying, up and running and flying, and then usually it twizzles off. And that's happened a few times with other bits and bobs. Like the JackDamz Club has always stayed the same. It's always done really well. But the other bits and bobs that I've started in between, started events, done 40 grand on my first event, but it's because it's just like, cool, big bang idea. And then I'm like, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, let entrepreneurs get away. Cool, great success. Yeah. So my role when starting this new TikTok business was let me buy myself long-term leverage as well. Don't let me just do this and go big and then stop it at that. Let me buy myself some leverage. So I found a way where rather than me owning 100% of the product, I'm going to these. So individual comes to me, I've got a brand or a product. Look, let me invest in your brand, be part of it. I want 50% shares in your brand, which is on the floor, by the way. Then these brands aren't doing anything. And let me get your product on a platform. Let me show you how it's done. Let me provide a service to you and show you what's good. And then I'll get it flying. You keep it moving.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Yeah, because if we had to put figures in perspective for the audience to understand, if I have a brand that I'm 100% owner of and I'm only doing 5 grand a month, right?
Yeah.
There's a laugh to you, exactly.
Yeah.
5 grand a month. And you say to me, look, Raheem, give me 50% of it. I'll do XYZ ads, the strategy, all that sort of stuff, and we'll make it 100 grand a month. Just an example. Now, would I rather have 50% of that, which is 50 grand a month, or have 100% of 5 grand a month?
Exactly.
It's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer because the end person's still making way more money 10x than what they would have made
Every
anyway.
single one I've done it with has like gone crazy. And bear in mind, like obviously I'll show you the numbers there. Like it's levels, mate. Absolutely, like I cannot believe it. Going from Amazon but it's different. It's different. Amazon, you sit behind a computer, you find something, you send it, you do it like that. That's kind of how it works. But this is like there's multiple angles to it. You're streaming, you're doing videos, you're working with creators, but it's about finding fast and leveraged ways to do that, because I can't do that for my own brands. That's why I wanted to work with other brands. So I've got 2 of my brands myself, which done really well, which are flying, big numbers. And then the rest of them, I don't want to have to build more teams and more brands which are on my back to do it. I'm going, right, I'm going to invest into your one. I'm going to show you what you need to do. Here's what I do. If you're happy with that, we move. Mate, I've already sold one. Sold one brand already.
You've sold one brand?
Yeah.
From the TikTok brand?
Yeah. Started one.
How much you sell it for, if you want me asking?
Well, can't say that now.
What's it like? Because I'm just trying to work out what's it actually worth. Because
that we don't know yet. I have no doubt aggregators will come in and start valuing them at silly money. But for me, I sold it. So we started the brand. It was at absolute zero, just an idea. Called Let's Go 50-50. I'll make it pop. Made it pop. It was doing about 150 grand a month. Within 3 months, we're doing 150 grand. That's not even one of the ones you've seen there. I'm out of that one now. But sold that, got out of that, and then moving forward.
So what's the actual way it works? Because with the usual, from what we've known so far from the audience as well, is, to set up an e-commerce brand, you create your Shopify store, you find product, you sell it on Shopify, etc., all that sort of stuff. Do you do the same thing for TikTok, or is it you set up your own TikTok store on the app itself?
All inside TikTok.
TikTok
is a full e-commerce platform.
Okay.
Full e-commerce.
So you don't need to go on Shopify and make a store and all that sort
You
of
can
stuff.
like connect it if you've already got your own Shopify and all that. That's all boring shit. But yeah.
Okay, so for people who are already selling via Shopify, they can also transfer it onto TikTok.
As long as they're not drop shipping.
Okay.
They're strict. So TikTok are very strict on you. They want UK based companies who are shipping their products fast because they want their platform to grow.
Yeah.
So they're moving from, like, a lot of people thought TikTok shop was cheap. TikTok. So we were sat down. So we speak with TikTok every week. We're at the HQ every week. They come down every week. So we're in with TikTok, like on another level, right? And they're basically their goal for this year, when we sat down with them at the start of the year, they said we want to be premium. And that's why they're helping premium brands get on the platform.
And they're doing as well, making it easy for people, because they're doing fulfilled by TikTok as well.
Yeah, fulfilled by TikTok, which basically matches Amazon. Well, I say matches Amazon's model. I wouldn't say it's as efficient. It's much younger. So I was actually my brand was actually one of the first ever brands in fulfilled by TikTok. Okay, which is mad feeling. But special invite only. We got invited to fulfilled by TikTok, and it blew up the product. It helped blow up.
To break down that term, fulfilled by, meaning basically you send your product to TikTok.
Send it to TikTok.
And they send it. So all the orders and everything, they're sending it off to the customers. They're sending it to the end
users. It's good leverage. It's good leverage.
So your job as a TikTok shop is to find the product, create the product, make it good, do all obviously the ads and the strategy and everything behind it, send it to TikTok. You haven't got to deal with packaging parcels or anything like that.
Yeah, it's much deeper than that. Like, there's certain things, like for lives, like that live we just showed you there, they're doing like loads of little bundle deals, and they've got to be made up specially. So you do some fulfilled by yourself, some at TikTok, depending on the price as well. If your price is really low, customer pays a mad amount for shipping. If your price is over $19.99, the customer gets free shipping. So, but their fees are fucking low. Like, you get charged nothing.
What else should we know about ecom?
What else do I know about ecom?
What else should we know about ecom? Like, the audience listen to this right now. What else is the secrets of the game?
Mad
to make it big, because we already agreed this before we done the podcast. We're going to set ourselves a challenge, and we're going to document it as well to see what shop I can create, how long it will take to make the first 10k from this podcast. Right now, I'm assuming it won't even take that long. To be fair, I can't imagine.
No, I mean, if I could, we could. That could be pretty quick.
Yeah, that's
depends
what I'm
how we
saying.
did it, but yeah.
So let's just say challenge, so we could document that whole thing. But what else should people know about ecom in general? I suppose, whether it be TikTok, whether it be Amazon. What's the best ways?
I think, do you know what? Yeah, I think it's not for everyone, but if you get it right, it's the best business to be in. That's my opinion. That's my honest opinion. I think e-commerce is right. Let me be very serious about this. E-commerce is not what you see on social media. No fucking way. Yeah.
In what sense? What do you mean?
Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's on TikTok and Instagram and talking about Amazon, right? That the next person you see scrolling on TikTok, they're giving you Amazon advice. They're probably doing $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Anyone can do that, and the profit on that might be $1,000, $2,000. Yeah, anyone can do that. Getting e-commerce to that next level does take a certain amount of skill. Yeah, but it needs to be. It's a consistent learning. Like, so for example, I've just shown you there, past 7 days, £100,000 on my e-commerce only. Profits on that are like silly. On the Amazon stuff around 20%, on the other stuff between 50 and 70. Like, that's
Insane.
Fucking unheard of.
Flying,
It's unheard of.
Yeah,
and there's not many people doing that and getting that. That's why I'm saying TikTok's a nuts opportunity right now, man, because fees at 5%.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's crazy. And other people sell your product for you. It's mad. But like, it's a ever changing environment. Amazon's the fastest thing to get shit off the ground. If I didn't have for example, if I only had $1,000, Amazon would be my first step.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Why is that? Because TikTok involves a lot more investment?
They do a lot. Yeah, no, it involves a lot more. I wouldn't say a lot more investment. It's got a lot more moving arms. You need leverage there. You do need a bit of leverage. Like I say, you can get going with a few grand, but if it was like £1,000, but for me then, though, Amazon's been my life and everything for the past 5 years. So I can literally, if it was down to nothing, it was down to £1,000, I could definitely triple that in a few weeks. Obviously, you got to get the stock there, but triple, quadruple.
You could do
that.
it, yeah.
Fast, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But I guess it's like learning everything else. But what people tend to do is, and I might be, a culprit of it sometimes as well, but what people tend to do is overlook how difficult starting up can be and what they actually need to learn. Like, the learning process for starting an e-commerce business is the same learning process as doing your fucking GCSEs, the same as your exams, reading a book. It's the exact same thing.
Basically, yeah.
It's the exact same thing. You just got to do the reps. You got to go through it and learn it and understand it. But e-commerce is dead or dying. E-commerce is not going to be around anymore. What this isn't e-commerce. This is social commerce. Brand new. Social commerce is and not brand new. It's like QVC back in the day, but social commerce is growing to like ridiculous amounts now. It's very, very different from e-commerce. Very, very different from e-commerce.
It's almost like a whole new industry,
mate. It's weird because, like, for example, no one wants to buy from the influencer anymore. Someone wants to buy from fucking Dave down the road who's got your products and saying, yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah.
So you see what I mean?
Yeah.
That's who people want to buy from. So that's the way it's changing. People were scrolling at 11. So for example, no one sits there and scrolls on Amazon. No one.
No, but everyone's scrolling on TikTok.
Everyone's scrolling on TikTok. And what they don't realise, and look, you can be on two sides of this. You can be on the side where you're the buyer and they're spending silly money. Silly money, yeah? Right now. Or you can be the seller and capture those people because you're capturing them at times where they'd never get caught. Never get caught. So for example, we got some products here, health products, Monday morning or Sunday morning. They're hungover. They feel like shit. Guess what? This is an amazing hangover cure. Bang, bang, bang. Orders start flying in.
Yeah, literally, bro. And it's funny as well, yeah, because I see it firsthand. I've ordered a couple of things on TikTok here, but I swear to you, every single day, more or less every single day, there's a parcel from TikTok for my sister or for my mum. And they're just ordering, bro, galore the whole time. It's the most random shit ever.
The women's buyers are the biggest buyers.
Yeah.
It's mad. It is so mad. And I think people are overlooking it, thinking, oh, it's just TikTok. No, man. Like, this is where companies fucked up. Companies fucked up thinking it was a kid's platform. So they didn't even get it on it when it was just marketing.
Yeah, they didn't give it a chance.
My socials grew because of TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my Amazon mentoring grew. Maybe we did over £1 million with the Amazon mentoring. It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. And we fucking changed a lot of lives along the way. That's thanks to TikTok. People overlooked it. Oh, TikTok for kids dancing, whatever. They failed at that point. Now it's a shop platform. They're so much further away because they don't even have a presence. So it's mad. And yeah, people are missing out.
So question, you mastered Amazon, you made an Amazon mentorship essentially, right? You priced it very, very fairly as well. If I remember, £1,000?
That's a difficult conversation to have. Yeah, I priced it fairly. But some people don't think so.
Why not?
Because of the same brush that I'm painted with. Yeah? There's a lot of people out there on social media. I could name fucking 500 of them who sell Amazon mentoring, sell any mentoring. They sell information on shit that they don't do.
Yeah.
There's a problem with that. There's a big problem with that. Especially if you're selling a lifestyle that doesn't match up to what you've actually done. Like for me, I could actually go and retire for the rest of my life on my Amazon mentoring. Sorry, on my Amazon profits, let alone Amazon mentoring. Yeah, that's why I was saying to you earlier, I'm probably going to chuck it in soon because I've got bigger things on my plate. Yeah. I could retire for the rest of my life on my Amazon profits right now. Yeah, like every month, rolling in.
Yeah.
It's not good enough for me, obviously, but I want much more. But a lot of people can't. Yeah. So it depends who you're speaking to. If I'm telling you, right, I'm going to charge you £1,000 to sit down with you for 8 weeks, right? You have a problem, you message my team, they're going to message you back within half an hour. I'm going to take you through a process of don't do this, 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 this, and this. Don't do any of that. Then do this, put some fucking hours in, and you will actually make money. And that is that. And if you put hours in and you have a mistake or there's something bad that happens, don't give up, carry on.
Yeah.
That's what we do. Yeah. My fourth April 2019. 5 years, mate. Full fucking old, man. But my 5 years of Amazon experience, I'll put that into a live mentoring, £999 for 16 weeks of support, 8 weeks of mentoring. I'll sit down. If you're on there and you've got a question for me, just ask a question.
Brother, because the thing is, it's sick as well, because I always say to people, it's shortcuts, right? But then exactly what you said, paint with the same brush, yeah? A lot of people nowadays on social media are preaching something that most of the time they don't even do. Or if they do it, they've just literally put their foot in the sand and now they're selling a product from it. It's just like I had this conversation with you on WhatsApp as well. If I start a podcast mentorship or YouTube mentorship thing,
I'm buying. Are you mad?
I'm in this game. Oof. I've been doing this for 5 years, same amount of time you've been doing e-commerce and stuff like that.
And I'm buying straight away.
Yeah, literally, I've been in it. But I can just continue this. That's almost another side thing.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of demand for it. I get a lot of messages from people saying, I want to learn. And sometimes I can't lie, time is money.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. I think if you've got a skill, monetize it.
Yeah.
If you really got a skill.
But my lead question off the back of this, though, is with you knowing this about TikTok, why haven't we seen a TikTok mentorship?
Because I'm the person who likes to make a lot of money from it first, systemize it first, and then I can make some money off that.
Okay, so
that's it. But before I say that, I've made a lot of money from other brands who come to me for that support. Every single one has blown up, so the results are always there. So that's what I've got in the meanwhile. But I will definitely show someone. I definitely will provide some sort of model on how to do it. However, it's going to be very, very different to how I did with Amazon. So Amazon, I think I've helped. For over 400 people have sent me their results of getting over 6 figures on Amazon. Over 6 figures overall in sales. Yeah, maybe 10, 20, 30 grand profit, whatever. So it's not, to most people, it's not crazy, right? I wish I took a percentage of every single one of them because I'd be a much, much richer person. Yeah, fine, the mentoring payments up front, great, cool. Whatever, I do it in a group, so it's more highly leveraged for me. It's not one-to-one. I would never do that. But there's no long term from it. So I'm like, oh, shit. So when people around me started saying, oh, yeah, Jack, this what you're doing with TikTok's amazing. Can you teach me? I'm like, yeah, I can teach you, but I'm taking a big, fat fucking chunk of your brand every single time. I'm taking a chunk of your brand. And like you said earlier, they didn't really care because they knew
they're going to make
where
more money
it was
anyway.
going to go.
Yeah,
so, for example, brand one was at 0. It's now doing 40 grand a month in sales at like 25 grand a month profit.
Yeah,
like
crazy.
Net profit.
Yeah.
All I did was just came on board as a shareholder, said this, and this. Don't do it how you think you're doing it. Do it this way. Boom. Second one, doing double that in profit. Just joined on. Here's how we do it. Here's how that's done. And what I've got is a team who were helping my products, my brands, and also who I've hired specifically to help me work on these other brands. So we've got some huge brands that we're working with who came to us and said, what you're doing is amazing, fantastic. We're officially partnered with TikTok. That's a big thing as well. So I'm officially partnered mentor with TikTok right now. As I don't do mentoring with it, I'm an officially partnered mentor with TikTok.
Which is lit.
It's mad. It's mad, and I will show people. But I want to do that number one before it. So I need to make sure everything's systemized so it doesn't get impacted. So I can do anything in the world right now. My Amazon business will be making the same money next month, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, but not a crazy amount. Yeah, I need to do that with all the things I'm doing right now. Then I'll definitely get out there and show people how to do it. Sure.
We were speaking about this off camera. Yeah, what do you think TikTok's potential ban in America? So obviously they're going through the whole court and legalities of it. What do you think that's going to do, and how do you think that's going to impact this whole TikTok shop?
I don't think it's going to impact the UK. I think the UK will be fine. I don't think it's going to get banned in the US because what they're not making, saying it's this and data, what they're not making very, very clear is TikTok US has helped hundreds of thousands of small businesses make money. Yeah. Which is putting tax into the ecosystem, money into the ecosystem.
Don't forget the creators are also making money from affiliates.
The creators are also making money from millions and millions, hundreds of millions.
Yeah, a lot of people made careers off of TikTok. Literally, it's a full-time thing now.
Yeah, 100%.
Being a full-time content creator on TikTok.
100%. So there's big money there. And that's one thing I've done as well. 6 months ago, when I was like, okay, cool, I'm going to need some people to promote these brands, I went and helped shitload of people for free create content, make money. Here's how you make money on TikTok. And guess what? Because I did that for them now, then for free, they were making good incomes from TikTok, and now they're supporting me when we're helping these brands. So I built the ultimate leverage. So you see, when I say I'm partnering up with someone for it, so when I do a mentoring, I'm not going to just charge them. I'm going to charge them. I'm going to take a percentage of their brand, but that's going to be, I'm going to do all your ads for you. I'm going to do all of your affiliate marketing for you. I've got the affiliates waiting for you. I'm going to make it grow, and I've got direct TikTok contacts. So something happens, like literally if something happens, I'm calling the head of TikTok commerce and I'm going,
it's in your best interest. If you're invested in the company, it's in your best interest to make that company grow and pop, because at the end of the day, that's how you get paid. That's how you're going to get more money as well. Exactly that. Being so young as well, what's the vision of the future look like for you? What do you want?
It's a tough one. So to be fair, yeah, 2 years ago, whatever, I was making really good money with JackDamz. Or 3 years ago, I was making really good money with JackDamz Club. Taking loads of money out of the business, Again, lessons, right? The Amazon business, I was taking money out from other stuff, whatever. And I got caught a little bit short. Yeah, I was a little bit irresponsible with the money. Yeah, spending. Mad, whatever. Food, drinks, out 5 times a week, $3,000 at that restaurant, $2,000. So I was an absolute fucking idiot, mate. That's fine. I lived it. I don't regret it for a minute. And then obviously that caught up with me because I had probably a year and a half, 2 years where I was kind of just started making good money. That money kind of was like really good, and then it kind of just started going like this a little bit. And I didn't really care because it was all still so great. And then it caught up on me. And that was when and then it's like, oh, right, taxes are due. Oh, that's due. Oh, didn't put that aside. Oh, so then my other business had to suffer for that, to pay for it and all that stuff. So that was that. But for me, like I'm heavy. One of the biggest joys I ever see. Right, I was on a phone call. That recent Instagram video I made. Can I show you it on here?
Yeah, go on.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
Right. Listen to this guy. So this was the other night. Yeah, I told you I've been helping people. Yeah, listen to this guy. Side of fear is greatness, right?
Honestly, it means the world to me. It's just, I don't know, it just gives me confidence. God, honestly, Jack, I can't thank you enough.
Do you know how much that's worth?
Go on.
Like, so that geezer, he done like, so that I was saying specifically there, he done like 300-400 quid in 4 months.
Someone you helped with their shop, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that feeling there is just next level. Lauren as well. Big shout out to Lauren if you're watching this. I know you're definitely watching this. With her brand. I'm not going to say what it is, but Lauren with her brand came to me. She had a brand. She was on my Amazon mentoring. She had a brand that she wanted to get going. I said, right, let's switch it up. And then like 2 weeks ago, the conversation with her saying like, I can't believe this. Like these things were sat in my shed for 2 years and now they're going crazy and this is so much money and this is literally what I've always wanted for my brand. Like this is her passion. For me, if I'm honest, her brand isn't my passion. Building something big, huge is my passion. Yeah, I don't know quite what it is just yet. But for her, like seeing her passion come to life based on me just going, right, bang, 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 right, that's what's got to be done. We'll get that in there, this in there, do that, change that, get that supplier, I'll find a supplier in China, right, great, bang, done, finished. That's it for me. It's robotic, but it's to make money for the bigger plan.
No, but as you said though, it comes down to what type of person you are. As you said, maybe about 20 minutes ago, you're the creator. You like the building stage, not so much maybe the final product of it, but the whole building it and growing it and everything like that.
100%.
So with Lauren's brand in particular, it's that concept. It may not be the actual product itself, but it's the whole structure and everything behind it that gets your juices flowing. Exactly. There's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly that. And then I can put rocket fuel in it and then say, right, this is what you need to do in order to maintain it. And that's what I've been doing really well. Yeah. And that's why, I think first 6 months of TikTok shop hit, no, sorry, 8 months. First 8 months of TikTok shop hit £2 million clean.
Yeah, damn. I think we definitely need to do the documentary sort of thing of coming to your place, checking it all out, seeing all the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
That's one video there. Second one, we need to make this little document in me making this TikTok shop.
Let's do it.
And just seeing how far we can scale that.
100.
Because it might even be something, I think, I might be sitting in Dubai, bro. And that might be the income that pays for Dubai, essentially.
100%.
Third one, being a part 3 of second part of this podcast. Because then after all this TikTok shop and everything that we build, we can see where it takes us and we can have a sit down together almost as business partners, I suppose.
100%.
And see where it ends up. Jack, what's the biggest struggle or challenge you've had to face throughout your journey?
If I'm honest, I'd say the biggest struggle sits in your head. The biggest struggle. Everything else feels like it is. Every bill that comes, every dickhead that comes, every person who talks shit, whatever. But the biggest battle you'll ever fight is inside your head. That's one thing I've had to play with the whole time. I think, sometimes doubt can hit. Sometimes doubt can hit. So for me, it was as things were. See, my Amazon. Funny enough, right. And I know that this is why I say it's my head. Funny enough, my Amazon business was always up. Always. Up, doing great numbers, right? And for me, it was like, when that became normal, I started feeling like shit again. And for so long, my emotions were so tied to, if it's amazing, it's amazing. If it's a bad day, it's a bad day. And everything would just be up and down, up and down, up and down. So I guess the hardest thing I've had to battle in my head is, I don't know where I'm going with that, to be fair.
It's almost like the mindset to do what you're trying to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. I think for me, I've found a method to get what I want whenever I want it. That's a fact. I've found a method to get what I want whenever I want it. Things middle of the last year, business relationships with a few things, whatever, weren't going too well. And that was difficult. I knew I needed to find something else as well. That was a big part of why TikTok was part of my journey and what I wanted to do with the shop. I needed to find something else, something new, and I had to find it, right? And I become so obsessed with these things. Okay, cool, well, great. I'm doing 30, 40, 50 grand a month profit on Amazon. Okay, cool. JackDamz Club's doing what it's doing, right? But where do I want to go with that? Where can I go next? Like I said, I spent a lot of money. Shit caught up on me. I was in a bit of a funny place, yeah? And my superpower is becoming absolutely obsessed with these things. But it's not an easy life to live. Everything that I want, I become ultimately obsessed with to the point where it's probably quite strange. And people ask me, oh, Jack, what's the real key? Like, what's the real source? Like, for me, everything to one side, right? Every opinion, every whatever, every business to one side. So I strongly believe it was no matter what I did, I could have got there. And that's my self-belief. People can call that ego, whatever. That's your problem. Yeah, for me, I know that's what got me there, right? And at the end of the day, I was a 21-year-old at a Lamborghini. I had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands in the bank. I had everything. I had everything. And that was cool. But a few silly mistakes that I made meant that had to be put on pause for a minute. Yeah. And I had to keep on I had to keep my head in the game and push on to something next, whatever it was next. Because the businesses I then had couldn't sustain that lifestyle, couldn't sustain it. And they got hit and burnt by my silly mistakes of crazy spending, not putting tax aside, this kind of stupid shit, right? So that was that. So my obsession with the things that I want means I'm thinking about them 24/7. It's almost like manifestation. I put a post on my TikTok earlier about manifestation because it's such a huge thing. As there was a notes on my phone of exactly what I wanted and when, and I'm not even joking. And it's so mad because I only deeped the other day how I actually got there. I wanted a white Cayman GTS or a white 718 Cayman or whatever. I got a 981 Spider white, which is a much better car, but still hit the levels. I wanted a white Porsche Cayenne. I've got one, yeah, but Turbo S. I wanted a Huracan by 25. I had it at 20. Like, it's mad, but the mental obsession that you need to have in order to get these things is what keeps you pushing and driving. It's also quite delusional at times. The things you do and the things you say, like for me, middle of last year, I'm like, cool, I don't want to grow my Amazon business anymore for this new thing that I hadn't made any money with. JackDamz Club's good numbers, between 30 and 50 grand a month. Mate, it's a great business. Between 30 and 50 grand a month. The Amazon business doing similar in profit every single month. Why would I feel like I've got to go and find the next big thing? But it's keeping on the lookout for it, which is what's helped me get there. I also wanted to get back into that mad lifestyle, and I told myself, this time I'm not going to do it with what I've got, so that's my safety. And JackDamz Club nowhere near that now. That's kind of like tying up and closing up because it was a great legacy, great business, but I'm just on to bigger things now, right? And tying that up, and I'm like, cool, this needs to pay me. This needs to be my lifestyle fast, yeah. And this is what's going to do it for me. This TikTok shop is what's going to do it for me. And like that, it's got me there.
I don't mean to go too personal into this, but your family growing up, what were the financials like? Were you guys well off? Were you guys... Good, man. Yeah. So I'm very fortunate. I'm actually more fortunate than most, which is why I decided to do what I've done on the social media side of things, because I felt really proud about it. Now, I never wanted to go on social media because I was too scared, I was too worried, too fearful to put myself out there. That's still been the case in recent years as well, but I just said fuck it and did it. I wanted to face the fear. Now, I come from a very, very good background. Yeah, my dad was a trader back up in the city, done very well for himself. We weren't super rich, nowhere near that, it was just good, good. But where I'm spoiled is the lessons I got. Massive, like, so, he's well off, very good with his money, very, very good, owned his house, everything like that, I come from a very, very good upbringing personally as well, taught me how to be a man, respect, manners, all that kind of stuff. But the best thing was how strict my dad was on me, which at the time, fucking hated. Can I have some pocket money? Yeah, here's a $5. While my friends who, to be fair, I knew that their parents did not earn or did not have as much as my dad did. £20 a week, £30 a week, £40. How's that fair? I get my phone, I get a Nokia brick. They got the newest iPhone. My new shoes, right? And I've got my cousin's hand-me-down shoes and t-shirts and
Why's my pal got a brand spanking new Hirachis, you know? Yeah. And like why has he got this and why has he got that? Yeah. And funny because I can see you laughing in the corner. Not indirecting anyone there. You know, I wanted a scooter. I've got my dad's old scooter that he pumped up the tyres on. My pal just got a brand spanking new JD Bug. What's going on? Like, and that was honestly what it was like, and it was mad. You know, strict bedtimes. You know, it was very militant at times. You know, a lot of that because I was quite naughty and whatever, but it put me in good stead. I never realised what it would do for me at the time, but I guess it helped build that hunger. It had to never be given, and that was what I guess I appreciate the most because it teaches you a thing. You know, there's always a cost for everything, and that was what it was for me. So, like I say, that's when I was young. When I was younger, again, like I said, I don't want to go back to the bullshit selling shit in the school playground stuff, but it was just easier for me to make money elsewhere, man. £5 a week pocket money. And I got to do work for it. £5, man. Come on, man. I was smoking at that time as well. $3.99 Unbelief would have cost me that. You know what I mean? So that's half of it gone, more than half of it gone. So it just taught me that I needed to go out there and get, you know. And yeah, so that's that. And obviously it just keeps me hungry, keeps me driving.
So my question off the back of that was, you know, as you've been acquiring this money and you started building wealth, obviously, you know, your dad not giving you much pocket money and now you're making all this money for yourself. Do you think that's why you then decide to live the lifestyle of getting the Lamborghini, getting watches or whatever the case may be?
Nah, I don't think I never felt without it because that stuff was just trivial stuff. I don't care whether I had that or not. I don't look back on it as bad. Do you know what I mean? I guess for me it was just like a big explosion in life. And look, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, having that money and spending it and whatever, but maybe I just got a little bit too addicted. Certain things were for the show. Yeah, go to that restaurant. Oh, what? How much is that bottle of wine? 1,500 quid. Yeah, I'll get 2. I didn't fucking like it. It was disgusting, but he still did it. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's kind of what that was. But yeah, it was never because I didn't have it. But it was just, yeah, I guess got the money and thought why not? One thing I'll always say is for me, and this is God's honest truth, yeah. If people ever want to take advice about making money. Now, I'm not a very, very rich man yet. I'm going to say that before I say this quote. And there's a reason I'm not a very, very rich man yet. It's because of my spending and my investing. That I'm shit at. Don't take advice from me about spending or investing or keeping your money because I ain't the guy to speak to about that. Better, much better in the past year. Really nailed it down, got my costs down, smart about it. I have to be for the future because I believe they're really good lessons, right? Fail and learn. That's everything you got to do. If you ever want to speak to someone or get advice about making money, I honestly believe I'm one of the best people to talk to. And I know that sounds so up my ass, but I've done it so many times. With JackDamz Club, my Amazon business, now TikTok shop. Not just TikTok shop once, but with 5, 6, 7 other brands. Yeah. Events business. Started that, explosion. Yeah. I got invested in a software company. The sales will grow massively. Everything I can do, because I just get in, get great idea, great ideology. I go fast, I fail fast, and I learn quicker. Yeah. So that's that bang, 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 bang. If you want advice on how to make money quick, I'm definitely a person to be speaking to and listen to. And I want to put that all out on my social media for free. Yeah, if you want advice on keeping it.
From speaking to you, it's like, from what I've gathered the most, is that you find passion and, what's the word? You find passion and enjoyment in trying to challenge yourself.
Yeah.
So when it comes to, you know, one thing I picked up there, you said, you know, it was time for almost like something new when you were doing the Amazon FBA stuff to now, okay, cool, let me challenge myself with TikTok or let me build a brand, let me do all this sort of stuff.
Yeah, I think...
New businesses, whatever the case may be.
I have this weird delusion that things have to be fast and if they're not fast, it's wrong. And it's always served me pretty well. Yeah, so for example, Amazon got to that point, and to be honest with you, it's doing the same profit this time last year as this time this year. I just cut my costs so it's far more profitable, right? And made it a lot more lean. That's me learning as a business person. But for me, it was then, okay, if I want to double that, that's not a fast thing. That's a very like, hire this person, get them in, train them, do that. That stuff I struggle with. And I've learned I'm going to have to, in future, pay people to do that part for me, which is my plan. So for me, I strongly believe that everything should be fast. Yeah, for example, we launched something else in December, right? Straight away, 30 grand a month. Straight away like that. And that's what I like to do. I like to make it go quickly. So for example, if I'm starting something, and maybe a bit of advice for other people, I don't know. If I look at the richest people ever, it was never really that slow. They say Warren Buffett was that slow, but it wasn't really that slow. He's probably an exception. But they come in and they make money fast with it. Because if your idea is right, your timing's right, the market's right, and you're hungry enough, it goes. So like when we were starting the new things at the start of this year, or even starting this TikTok thing, it's not about getting it to $5,000 first month, then 10 grand, then 20 grand, 30 grand. I think that's not working. I think you're trying to pull something up a hill. Whereas what I did, I'm like, cool, did that for 3 months. That didn't work. It's like, there's something not right here because it's growing. Grand, 2 grand, 3. It's not fast enough. So what I said to myself was, there's something that can turn this switch on big time. I've got to challenge myself and find it. And I found out. Just an idea, stupid idea came to me in the middle of a pool in Thailand. I sat down with everyone in Thailand on my entrepreneurs getaway and told them, this is what I'm going to try when I get back, and this is what's going to make it £1 million business. 30 days from that day, it hit 150 grand in its first month.
Damn, so like, you done what you said you were going to do.
100%, yeah. More, way more. They were flabbergasted. They could not believe it. Yeah. But they're the only people who I worded it to and shouted it to. I haven't even spoken about TikTok Shop on social media yet. You know, I wanted to build it, grow it, get my foot in the market, and I wanted to be different. Not just an Amazon guy and then another Amazon guy. Definitely not. No, I've helped some of the biggest brands you've seen get on TikTok Shop. I own 7 myself. I've sold 1 already, and I'm doing big numbers. And also, I'm partnered with TikTok. I'm there all the time. We do things with TikTok, like we've helped TikTok develop as a platform. That's next fucking level, and that's what I wanted to achieve before talking about it, because I believe in that respect, people should see me as a business person as a little bit better. But it's hard to see that sometimes when social media is full of shit.
What would your message be to your younger self?
It'd be trust yourself, trust your gut, trust your instincts. Now, throughout my business journey, I reckon I could be twice as far as I am right now, and it would have been twice as quicker. But I mistook a lot of guidance and information and things I was hearing as what I trust yourself and what I know. I had to trust myself and what I know and what I was going to do, because had I had the ideas I have, I'm told to contemplate, think, be slower, this, that, that's bullshit. It's the most bullshit I've ever heard. Dive in quick, be fast with it, don't stop, and just trust your gut, you know. And as soon as you start, this is actually a big one. As soon as you start fearing things, they happen. Oh yeah, you should think about your cash flow. Wait, cash flow, what's that? Oh fuck. Oh right, it's bad. And then it's, wait, what? Think about buying that. Oh, what's cash flow? Oh, think about buying that. What's cash flow? Oh, I think it's an important metric to look at and things to look at, but there should never be fear of it. I think as long as you're driving forward with as much momentum as fast as you possibly can, I think you'll always be okay. You could pick up that other shit along the way, yeah. But I think, yeah, avoid fear with every decision you make. Be very, very careful who you take your counsel from and who you listen to. Because like I say, I wish I was talking to you from a much richer position right now, man. But I've done my spending, so that's on my back, you know. But then, learn from those lessons. And I know when I get my money now, which I know the next 12 months is going to be 10 times bigger than the past 3 years, you know, based on what we've done and what we've achieved and learned. And this time I've got to do my best to keep it. So keep learning from the lessons. Be careful who you take your counsel from. Always move with zero fear. Zero fear. Fear actually does nothing. And this is like deadly fucking serious. Fear does nothing for anyone in any situation. Yeah? Oh, I wouldn't do that, but I heard about that. Just do it. Oh, but what if that, I done this wrong last time and I heard that person did that. Just do it. Just fucking do it. That's what I do. I just do it. Oh, that's stupid. Silly idea. Do it. You know? Like, find me another individual, small business owner who took a 20 grand loan to try something in between the rest of his other businesses, who could take a new platform, go to 2 million with it in 8 fucking months, invest in multiple businesses with it, sell one, and get partnered with TikTok, and do it with other big brands as well. Just because there's no fear. That's what I did. As soon as you start thinking with fear, you start creating it and manifesting it, and shit goes downhill for there. That's why you see people, they just get stuck. That's the advice I give.
And what do you think your younger self would say to you now?
My younger self would say to me now, chill out, Jack. No, honestly, chill out. Like, you see, that funny enough, that question was thrown in the mix there, and that's actually a real mindfuck, actually. It would say calm down. Not speed-wise, but on yourself. You know, I'm young, 23. The stresses and pressures I put on myself are quite wild at times, you know. It's all for the bigger picture, I know, but I think regardless of the pressure, I'm still going to get there, you know. So,
but at the same time, younger Jack also wants to make it, so he's facing the same challenges as well.
Yeah, I guess
he wants to live that pace to make it, no?
Yeah, no, 100%. I think it's that fine line. I think the main thing is to sit back and actually appreciate that. Okay, cool. Well, Jack, you're 5 years on, sat on CEOCAST, waiting on an important phone call today about a certain something. You got these businesses. That's quite a nice question. Thanks for that, mate. I appreciate that. That's a bit quiet in my head for once there. That's cool, man. That's cool. Yeah, I never really thought of it that way.
How often do you actually just take a step out of your shoes and just look around to see what you've achieved?
Now, and other than that, once and a couple of times, I struggle in the moment to feel like I've achieved. When like I say, I'm obsessed with what I want, really obsessed with what I want, and if I don't have that, I don't feel like I've achieved, which is bullshit. Because
but sometimes you got to take a step out to just appreciate and be grateful for what you've built around you, but then also look at it in a way of where can I add, where can I be proud of what I've done and constantly develop, I suppose. Yeah,
I think that's just a trade-off you have as an entrepreneur, as a business owner. I don't think there's a best of both worlds. There's no balance there, I don't think.
No, I'd probably agree to that as well. I can't remember the last time I've stepped out of my shoes now that I'm thinking about it.
I think it's what we do. I don't think, I love life. I would never trade this for the life I once had. I would never trade this for the life I see of someone out there. I actually really wouldn't. But yeah, I guess that's the life we choose. Maybe I'll never be content and happy with where I'm at, and that's fine, because maybe that's what keeps me moving. And I feel like that's what keeps you alive. That's really what keeps you alive. That push to keep on moving, keep on going, and keep on driving for that next big thing. Because for me, like, that's dead for me. Honestly, staying still at the same place, doing the same thing, honestly, is dead for me. Like, scary thought to think of. Very, very scary thought to think of, because even if it's good, but it's still scary. For me, it was always success or oblivion, which basically means there's no choice but success.
No other choice, yeah.
So yeah, tough way to live mentally, but I'd rather do that and keep myself moving, keep myself going, and keep myself occupied than just, no offense to the people out there, and just be average, because fuck average, man. You live once.
It's true. But Jack, for now, if people want to follow you on Instagram and want to keep up with the journey, want to see what you're dropping, the gems and everything like that, where can they do so?
So Instagram is Jack's Amazon Club.
Yep.
That might be switching up soon.
Yep.
TikTok, Jack's Money Journey, or JackDamz. And yeah, that's about it.
If you enjoyed this podcast, make sure you like, share, subscribe. If there's a lot of value that you found in this podcast and someone else needs it, make sure you send it to them. Share this podcast around. Start your e-commerce journey by heading over to Jack, getting in touch with him, and see what he can do for you. Until next time, guys, I'll catch you lot in the next episode of CEOCAST. Peace.